now, we're going to get straight into it. And I'm going to bring to you a special guy, Faraz Shaikh. Now, let me tell you, I think he's been an MVP for 2 years. And being an MVP, you got to be nominated. And it's not a nomination like an exclusive club with all your buddies. They look at skill and sharing knowledge. And some people want to be nominated because they say it'll help their careers. Well, it does not help a career. I've told people, yes, I'm an Excel MVP, and there's about 75 of us in the world. Oh, that's nice. But let me tell you about this broken spreadsheet that needs to be fixed. So it's really about sharing the knowledge. And then nominating somebody. It is not like you go log in somewhere and check a box and then walk away. No, it could be a year. You know, there's the long form. And then, it goes in, and then the candidate fills out their part, and then you wait, and see other people get the award, and then you wait. And then there's the disappointment eventually comes. Maybe I'm not going to get it. Say, I don't know, because I'm not part of the committee. I do the nomination. And so I say that to let you know that it's about sharing knowledge genuinely, and also nominating somebody. It could be a commitment of a year. Them asking questions. Me asking the few people that I have access to on the inside and still not getting an answer. And so that's what I anticipated when I nominated Faraz a few years ago. And then he finally did get the award. So, selector.
Bulgaria. Wow. Lovely. Journey from there to here is awesome. Feeling great over here. So, how many are on TikTok right now? You saw the trend. I'm not going to say, Habibi, come to Dubai. But I'm going to do it in a different way. Habibi, if you have problem in Excel, come to Bulgaria. So we're going to do it after this session. We're going to do it TikTok live, where you all going to say, Habibi, you have problem in Excel, then come to Excel Days Bulgaria. Wow. So everything is fine, yeah? Well, I'm Faraz Shaikh. I'm from Saudi Arabia. And my topic today is about automation and Power Automate and Office scripts. This will be more like a demo. I'll be flooding it with more into a demo rather than showing you slides. And this is about me. I'm a founder of excelexciting.com, an MVP, MCD, innovative educator, YouTuber, blogger. You might have seen me. And I host meetups. I run a meetup, Saudi Arabia Power Platform, Excel. And my passion with all my friends over here, to share the knowledge and gain it. And you might have seen this guy. If you have seen my YouTube channel, this guy always comes over there. His name is Zenzo, and he's here today with me. And this is where I am placed in Saudi Arabia. So I think I put the map wrong. I should have landed in Bulgaria, but I don't know, it's showing Serbia. No problem. It's close by, no problem. So this is how beautiful Saudi Arabia, where I stay, Alula, and from India. Taj Mahal. And if you haven't seen my channel, you can scan the YouTube code and LinkedIn code, and definitely, we can connect. So just let's quickly know each other. I would just like to know about you so that when I'm doing the session, we know each other very well. That's what I'm saying, and that's Alan. I try to put him over there back again. So if you can just quickly scan this QR code, there are just a few questions. I'd be really happy to hear from you. Habibi, this is gonna be fun. So scan it, right? So we're gonna go and see that results later on. But I really wanted to understand from you, why do we do automation? I really want to hear from you. What is the purpose of doing automation? Green guy. Efficient in a lazy way. But what is the main purpose? Why do we run into a situation where we need to do an automation? Manual errors, to avoid manual errors. Something else? Can please somebody from the last, please, I want to hear from you. Quicker? Somebody said quicker. Yeah, good. Good. We do these all automation because we want to make sure that the systems are good in doing the repetitive task. And I love doing automation. And whenever I work on automation, I try to utilize the entire Microsoft 365, the best resources available with us, just to make sure that our work is done on time. And definitely you want to stand out in the lead, that you're doing the best. Of course, that's one of the reasons we do automation, and just to relax ourselves. So today, in my agenda, we'll be looking about Office scripts, and let's go and see how many have answered so far. Okay, let's do it this way, okay? Fine. So in my agenda, I'll be talking about Office scripts. If you haven't heard about Office scripts, which has been a TypeScript language, like you just record macro, how you're doing it in VBA. Similarly, stuff we'll be doing it over here today. So, and we will also see that how can we integrate Power Automate technology with the Office scripts. So I have a business case over here, small business case, where in supply chain, you get a lot of data. When you're into logistics, you get a lot of data, and you have to update a lot of things. How many of people are from here in supply chain, in logistics? Just raise your hand. OK, great. So you can feel my pain, that how it is difficult that every time, every user, they send you messages, and you have to update it in Excel. And those data is coming from the systems, from different systems, and they place it into SharePoint. Then they paste the data into SharePoint files, and then they process the lookups. Lookups like simple VLOOKUPs or XLOOKUPs, those kind of things, they do it. So let's go and hit to our demo. OK, so before that, I would just like to show it to you how the tracker exactly look in real life. You might have come across something like this kind of sheets, where you have plenty of columns. You have, how many columns? I don't know. I need to count it. Have you come across something like this? Have you worked on such kind of sheets? And your duty is just to update this information. That's it. And the other department will do some other kind of an update, and then other guy. So it's not that the data is not there in the system, but there are few information which is required to store in Excel so that the users can take their business decision, they can act and take the actions based on the information what is available in the sheet. There was a very good question that somebody told me that why are you not connecting it with Power Query? Well, this business requirement doesn't allow me to do it with Power Query. So I have to find a solution with Office Script. And this is a data, a dummy data, which comes like this. They paste it over here. Then they come over here to the tracker. They go to the area. They look up the information, and then they just pull the information. And this is a repetitive process. So just imagine when you have a data, and you just updated a report, and the next second you get an update saying that you have to update a report. This process would hardly take like 30 to 40 minutes for a normal person to go and do an update. So, but this with the Office scripts and with the technology of automation, we're going to do it with very smoothly. Okay, so this is a file, what I have it over here. And right now I'm using Excel Online, which is over here, and this is a data set. I have just shrunk down some columns. I've just kept the columns which are really important for us, like we have this logistics updates. So we are going to do this logistics update. But during this journey of process, I'll be just showing you some tips as well, and some tricks as well. So first thing what I'll be doing is that I'll be trying to convert the data into Excel table so that I know that officially I'm working on this table. So let's come here. And then let's go insert and convert into table. Now, it's always a good habit, a practice to give your table a name. So I'm going to call this as TBL tracker. So this is my table name. And I'm going to clear out all that formatting. Perfect. So this is exactly how it looks. So we are going to loop the process with the Office script, what we are doing it, and see that how this thing comes up. But before that, I need to pull that file, which I have showed it to you, the tracker information from the system, into this Excel workbook. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the help of desktop. Now see the beauty of the technology, like you are on the web, and now you are going to switch on to the desktop version, and then again we are going to switch back to the web. This technology is really amazing, awesome. And so I'm over here, so let me go to get data, and somebody can help me with the Power Query, please, from SharePoint. Now this SharePoint, this is a link which I have over here. I'm simply going to copy this link. So Control C. I have a habit of saying Command C because I'm using Mac. And I don't know why my friends make fun of my Mac. It's worked fine. See, it supports Windows. Mac supports Windows. So it's going to connect to that SharePoint site, which is connecting and connecting and establishing, connecting. Oh, fine, we are here. Now, I have different files over here, but I would be interested in taking the file which is called update. So I'm going to transform. And in this transform, I'm just going to select update. I want to make sure that my query is bulletproof. This is from my friend Ken, who always said that you have to make sure that your query is always bulletproof. It shouldn't break. So I make sure that it's bulletproof. And I just click on binary. So it has just loaded. And it has loaded that table information which was being extracted from the system. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use one of the most important button over here, which is called use first rows as headers. One of the biggest transformation I have done now. Did you like that transformation or not? Using first rows as headers. It was amazing, okay. So fine, we are done with this. This is status. This is a sheet every time I would need over here. So let's close and load. Oh, I didn't get the name. So let it come here. Let's go back over here again, no problem. We still have time. TBL system data. close and load. The reason why I'm so concerned about giving names is that when you're trying to write some code, you really understand that you're pointing your query where, or you're pointing your script where. So it's very important that you give your table correct name. So if you see earlier, it was showing as query 1, but now it is showing as table.system.data. Come over here. Let's call this over here, and it's over here. Fine. Now, this is the query which has been connected. Now, let me close and see. I'll be coming back over here, and I'll say resume editing over here. This goes so smooth, like you have your query over here, you have your Power Query being connected. Now, coming to this information which I was mentioning, that we have an expediter and we have a status. So whenever the statuses are showing as delivery completed, I want the entire row to be highlighted as a green color so that I can identify where is the problem going on. So, and I'm going to build that using Excel Online. So I'll just select the column, select this entire range which is there, go to conditional column, manage rows, come here, selection in this sheet, and I'll just say add. So this is a range which has been selected over here. And now I'll just come here and say formula. It's a very simple formula where I'll be saying that if this is equal to delivery completed, and we would like to show it in green color. Habibi, make some noise. Okay, so we are going so far good. But now if you see, it's not showing the green color. The reason why, because I have just applied it to that top row, and I wanted to make sure that it goes down as it goes and check the data. So here, I'm just going to remove the $sign or a euro sign, and you can see it has highlighted the entire row. This helps me to identify which are delivery completed. So right now, we are trying to set it up, the sheet, and now the beauty starts over here. What we are going to do, we are going to go to automate, and we come over here, and there is a record script button. So automate is available for Office Enterprise and other licenses which are there. I have it over here. It is available for Office 365 Business, Premium, Pro Plus. These are the versions Office 365, this Automate Office scripts is available. In case if you don't find this window, you need to contact your IT department. You have to make sure that they enable this one, and then you can take the advantage of Office scripts. Cool. So this is a record button. It works exactly like macro, how we are using macros. So like you click over there, you click on the macro, and then it starts capturing your steps. So you have a new script button. So let's try to record a macro. I'm not a pro programmer, okay? So like we are trying to build a solution for our company so that we can stop doing that repetitive task. So let's go record actions. So first thing what I will do when I will come to this sheet, I'm just going to say that, hey, just delete this, okay? Then what is the next action I'll be doing it? I'll be selecting that cell, and I'll be saying a formula, which I learned from Alan book. It's an amazing formula with XLOOKUP. And there are some great functions about index as well. So let's say XLOOKUP. Now you have over here the request number, the material code, and you have the order number. Now these are the three combinations. Now, if I look over here, just let me go back again, undo this, and stop the recorder. And let's have a look over here. Now, if you see this order number, it has a different status. Okay, it's one order, but it has two different statuses. One is follow-up and ready for dispatch. We want to make sure that if we just do an XLOOKUP, and we do not match all those combinations, you're going to get the first value. So in this case, let's start our automate. Let's come over here, and let's select this column. I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to say, hey, go X lookup, the lookup value, the request number. Any idea how we can do it, this one? Anything? Yeah, great, wow. Ampersand. Ampersand, we are going to take the material code. Ampersand, we are going to take the order number, comma. Now I'll be looking my lookup array. The lookup array is nothing but it's over here, right, in my sheet. So that's the reason I told you that I'm fond of writing the names correctly with the table, So we come over here, we select this request number in the same form, ampersand, then the material code. Oh, no problem. No, this is not a fault of Mac, huh? I'm telling you. Okay, then we take this material code, and then we take the order number. Perfect. Wow. And what is the return array? We wanted to return the statuses, right? We want to return this one, comma, and if it is not found, close blank quotes, and just enter, and we got that information. This is exactly what you will be going to do it. Similarly, when you come here, you will be doing the same kind of stuff, and like you will copy. Let's copy this, come here and paste, and instead of status, it should read as expediter. Yeah. Expediter. Okay, expediter. So you got all that expediter names over here. This is the exact way how you are going to do with the script. And then what are you going to do? You are going to say that, okay, fine, just go to home, copy and paste it as values, because you don't need to keep the formula being linked to that file, because somebody is going to go and change the status again, and he's going to review the file again. So similar way, we'll go here, copy, and paste this as a value. Now, if you see over here, this recorder, it is recording all the steps as I have did it over here. So now, with this help of these steps, we are going to dive a little bit more in deeper. And I'm just going to stop the recording now. So when you stop this recording, it says that script 1, and you can see that it has stored onto my OneDrive personal as an Office script. So when I click edit, okay, this is first time when I did this, I never understand what is happening over here. So the thing what I did was I referred to a lot of documentation on Microsoft. So there are some great documentation stuff available over here, which I'll share the resource link. You can always go learn and check these functions which are there, how they are working. Now, our task over here is that we wanted to use some knowledge of our VBA and add it to the script. So here, if you see the script, which says me over here, control. If you see over here the script, it says that clear the script, apply the formula. Okay. All those, yeah, that's Power Automate desktop, no problem. So it has captured all the actions, and it has hard-coded this information. Now somehow, we wanted to make this information dynamic, so that when we try to run our script, it should work fine without any problem. So the sorry. So the first thing is, like, when I went over here, I got this active workbook, and I just tried to delete this, and I always put a dot. Now, before I start that, note that, my friends, that whenever the Office script is starting, it's starting with the main function, which is Office script and workbook, and this is Excel script.workbook, which is an API, which calls a script, and then we can write all these functions. So I have got this selected sheet, and I'm going to call this dot workbook worksheet. So something related to worksheet. Because the reason why I have to do this worksheet, because whenever, let's say that our query is open over here, the script is open over here, we need to activate this workbook. So I have to get that workbook, and as soon as I put quotes, it asks me a string. Now, can you guess the string? What would be the string over here? The string will be the name of the worksheet, which is the tracking sheet. So let's copy this. Let's copy Command C. Sorry, I'm saying Command C because I'm using Mac. Okay. So, Habibi, just excuse me. Okay, so this is how I just try to get it to this tracking sheet. No matter what happens, it has to come to this tracking sheet. Now, instead of selected sheet, I would prefer to call this as something tracking sheet. So let's go right click, rename, and I'll call this as tracking sheet. Now remember, now I am going to change all the occurrence wherever it is saying as selected sheet. Now if you see, everywhere it has done that tracking sheet stuff. Isn't it cool? Is it? Yes. Oh, the lunch was very heavy. No, okay, fine. I enjoy the pizza. Okay, so coming back over here, now this tracking sheet, whenever it is there, we need to, what we need to do, if it is in the query, we need to, something from the VBA. This is just trying to explore the knowledge of the VBA. Activate, something is called activate. So I went back again, saying that tracking sheet dot activate. Oh, wow, activate is here. Let me try it out. So activate, Habibi, okay, it's here. So it's going to activate this. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment it so that we can see what is happening in action, okay? So I'm going to put this forward, and then I'm going to put star and backward. Perfect. This is going well. So now if it is in query, and when I click on run the script, it's going to activate it. Bravo. So far good. Everything going well? Let's do the next step. Now, taking the help of this script which has been created over here, which these actions are created over here. I'm sorry about this. Okay. So whatever these scripts have written this action. Now, our challenge is, first thing, we need to clear this range. This range is nothing but, where it is. Okay, okay, this looks good. Yeah, I'm not going to touch anywhere now. So we need to find the range of that column, status, right? That I want to say that, hey, go to this column, status, and clear everything. But how am I going to do that? I don't know VBA. Oh, I don't know Office script. But I just tried it out, saying that tracking sheet dot table. I can see something over here called table. Let's go tab, open. It's asked for the string. Again, it's a string. Remember the naming. I told you the naming. So let's call this as TBL underscore tracker. So now this TBL tracker which is there, what we are saying to script that, hey script, look this workbook, find the table where it is called as TBL tracker, and in that TBL tracker, get me the table called TBL tracker. So in that whole sheet, find it TBL tracker which is available. That's fine. So let's go. And in that tracker, can you find me that column? So let us look something called column. We have get column. Wow, this is interesting. So I am just trying to visualize it with my mind that, okay, fine, there would be something called column, or so I'm going to say this column as status. It's asking me string again. Status. So status is the string. So I'm going to pass that status status and dot get. Now once I got that status, I have reached to that status column. Now I need to find that range. Now how can I find that range? Let's put dot and see what do we have over here. And we have a range called something get range between header and total. Wow, since my data is in Excel tables, this had made my job very easy. I just went over there, headers in table, and then again dot. I love this dot, it is helping me. And now I'll be calling this as address. So this will give me the address of that range. Trust me, it works. So let's put it into a variable called let, and we'll be calling this as column range. Column range, and this should work fine. Column range, and there is a function called console.log. Console.log, and we're going to call this in the column range. Perfect. Agree with me? Let's move this guy out a little bit. Okay, not you. Okay, this goes here, and let's run the script. Now if you see the script, when console.log, when I hit that console.log, it has given me that same range, J3 to J22. That is exactly what I was looking, right? We were looking that, right? Or we were looking something different? Please tell me, because I'm still hungry, I didn't eat my pizza. So we were looking this range, so we got this range now. Okay, part one is done. I secure myself for 2023 now, Bulgaria days. Okay, let's come to the next one. I'll copy this. Now, if you look this script which has been created over here, okay, I'm sorry, I'm pressing command every time, that's the reason it is popping up. Okay, now looking this, we have cleared this part. Now there is another part which is asking for J3. You know why we have used J3? If you remember, we put that XLOOKUP formula from the Allen book over here. So we'll be using that J3, but how can I reach now to J3? So let's try it again. This is just a guess. The straight, and I'll call this as first row. Okay, this is the name, tracking sheet, ABL, status. Let's come here. Instead of get address, I'll come here. Exactly everything same. But have you heard about offset? How many have you heard about offset? Wow, okay. It means you are listening my session. I thought everybody's sleeping, no problem. Okay, fine. Now we know offset. Now we can take the advantage of offset. Get offset. Wow. Offset one row down, because it is taking from J3, right? So no, sorry. What we are going to do, sorry, not here in offset, I'm extremely sorry about that. We go to the status, and then we come here to the get header row range, because header row range will give me the address of the J, which is column J, which is coming in J. Now, having your data in tables will help you that if you move around your table anywhere in Excel workbook, anywhere in the Excel worksheet, not the workbook, in the worksheet, in that specific sheet, it is always going to map it correctly. So let's go and check that dot address, and let's call this as first row, and run the script again and see what do we get. Okay, J2. Fine, we are getting J2. Now we need to offset one row below, right? So what we are going to do is come over here. Now press offset dot address. That's it. Cool. And now when we run the script again, check the console log, you should get, okay, in offset I have not given them the offset how many rows I have to go down. So 1, 0. And this console log is really helpful to understand where you are going to make your errors, so you can really fix those errors over there. So let's save the script and run. And J3. Okay? Perfect. Wow. Now, since I have done all these things, what I can do is that I can just go over here, Control X, come here and paste. And this one, what is going? It's going to clear the column selection. So what I'm going to say column range, because we know that range we need to put it over here. So that is the range which I kept it over here. Now, this is a function formula which is going to come over here. So I'm going to put it again over here. Control, Control X, come here, Control V, okay. And this again column range, we'll bring this as a column range. Now, we have the statuses, it is going fine. Let's come down. What do we have? We have again tracking sheet J3. Okay, so let's take this. Let's take this from here, Command X, come here, and this J3 is nothing but the first row. You agree with me? First row. And now this one will be the column range. So I have set it up all my things which I needed just for the status column. Now you can do it in the same way, like let me first save the script and let's come out from here. Okay, buddy. Now you can do the same thing. You can just copy the code, create it for the expediter column, and you can repeat it. But okay, since you can do it in this way, there is another way also that you can create a function. You can call a procedure. You can call that procedure and you can let that task repeat it again. Now, coming here, this is all we have did the hard work. So let's come here and call. Now this is going to go a little bit advanced, but it will be very easy. Function, and we're going to call this as update. And in this function, we are going to call this as workbook. And this workbook, we'll be calling this exactly the script because we wanted to call it over there. Okay, and then we are going to call this as a column name. Column name, and this will be a string. Now, when you have the string value over here, what I can do is, whatever the actions I have created over here, I can just simply cut from here. I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to come here and paste it over here. And here, what we'll be doing here is basically calling that update function. That's workbook, and we'll be calling this as status. Okay, great. So instead of like copying and pasting the procedure which has been created, I just created a separate procedure, the steps which is there, I just created a separate procedure and I'm just calling that function. It's like exactly in VBA how we call the sub function, we are calling to the main procedure. So it's exactly the same way. So let's test it out. Let's see where it goes and breaks. Okay, so line number 18. That's not a problem. Okay, just excuse me for a minute. Okay, fine. If this is not going to work, because when I tried it, when I was working, I had the same problem, but the easiest way is now to call the script over here, come here, And now when I'll go to run it, okay, it's line number 12. So what is the problem with line number 12? Okay, so it should not be column range, it should be the first row. Now let's try it out. Okay, so we have a small problem going on with over here. This is not a problem. So let's come here again. Let's go and record the script again. Let's come over here, automate. Let's say, select this one, equals to x lookup. My lookup value is this, ampersand, comma, this ampersand. We have the order, comma, come here to the query. Come here, ampersand, come here, ampersand, come here, ampersand. Okay, and let's return the expediter. If not found, that goes well. So we have the statuses. Let's stop the script and see what the script has done over here for us. Okay, so this is the one which has been created. Let's copy from here. Let's go to script 1, edit it, and let's, come on, we copy and make it tracking sheet, and this should work fine. Okay, so it ran perfectly. So let me just remove it and show it to you first. So this is a data set which is there. Let's remove this and let's run the script now. So you can see that it has taken the data, it has run the XLOOKUP function, and it has pulled that information. So what I was trying to do, I was trying to create that procedure. Let's try doing it quickly because I need to show one of the most exciting part also. So function, and this will be called as update, and this update in this procedure we are going to call this all this stuff. Let's come here and call this comma, and this will be column name. This will be string. So here when we'll call this update in this workbook, comma, and this will be calling as status. Now this column name which is there, the call name which is there, we have to put it in place of status because status is the header name which is over here. So when I move to expediter column, it will take the column of expediter. So let's test it out by column name, call name, okay, and wherever it is status is, we are going to call this as call name. Call name. Now over here, we have status which is written in between the formula. Now we need to concatenate this information. What we'll be doing is that we'll just say plus and call name and then close parentheses, status, and then that's plus, okay? So now we have concatenated the string, and the string what we are passing from here is the status. If you see over here, status. So this status, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not going to press command. So if you see the status which is there, we are passing it back over here, okay? So now if you see that it is J3, so I have not yet changed that J3, so we have to make it to the first column row, the first row. Let's come here. That's first row. And this is column name. It should be exactly the same. Great. So if I run the script now, it should probably work fine. Where it is? Where it is? let's go and change the status over here. Since I'm not doing it from Power Query, I'm just manually changing it over here as delivery completed just to make sure that what we are running it is correct or not. Okay, so let's come here and run it. See, it's delivery completed. Perfect. So now this we have done it for the status. So exactly we have to loop it for the expediter column now. Paste it. And I'm going to do copy. Come here as an expediter. And I'm going to remove everything from here and then run the script. Okay, so expediter updated. Okay. Great. So there is only one last thing which I want to do it in a demo, but I have already prepared it and I'd like to show it to you how you can take this technology to the next level. The thing what I'll be doing now is something really crazy stuff. Okay? And I love to do this kind of stuff when I'm working with script. This is a script which is written over here, and you can take a screenshot or you can take a picture of this one. Now this script, I'll just quickly explain you. What we are trying to do is that we will quickly create a report, and let's come out. Let's come here, and I'm going to say that, okay, fine, just go create a report, new sheet, and in this sheet, I'm going to put the user department. I'm going to put the request numbers, and sorry, the request numbers will come in the count over here, and then the material text which is there somewhere, no, not the header, the expediter, yeah. This will come in different columns. So this is a report, and now I learned some chart tricks from John. So I just placed this nice chart over here, and I'm going to call this as my report. Now, my friends, the script which is written over there is going to go to this worksheet. It's going to go and check this pivot table. It's going to go and check that range, and it's going to take the image of that. It's going to go to this sheet, this chart. It's going to go and take the image of this chart. And that image, we are going to pass it to Power Automate. You'd like to see that? You'd like to see that magic? Okay, let's do it. Boris, just another 2 minutes, and we are done. Great. So this is already a script which a Power Automate I have written over here. I mean, it has already been designed. Don't worry, it's not failed. But Power Automate is an amazing technology where you can integrate the Office script with Power Automate. And this is a manual trigger whenever it happens. And I would like to run the script. So I'm going to run the script with the connector called Office connector. Office Excel Online for Business. And there is something called script, run a script. So we are going to use that one. And in that, I'll just find out my SharePoint path. And this is a code which is there for the image backup, the code which is written. And a simple email sending it to my boss saying that whenever he's asking me the report, I can just simply send him from here. So this is just an HTML code which is written. And this is a table image which we have called it from the script. So if you see the script over here, this script which is there, the chart image, we have called it to the Power Automate. Now, I hope everything goes well in this one. Let's say, OK, come to flow. So we have the script now. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to run the script from my mobile phone. I have Power Automate on my mobile. I'm just going to go to the script. And the same script which the Power Automate, the flow which is created over there, I'm just simply going to press this. It's going to go to that worksheet, and I hope everything goes well. The script is running, and we should see that email coming in any moment of time. Oh, finally. That's it. So no matter where am I, wherever you are, if you can use the technology in the right way, right time, it's most important. It's not necessary that you have to use Power Query or you have to use script. What helps you to make your task easy, you use that technology. And by this way, if I'm somewhere outside and if my boss asks me a report, I can just ask a few of my friends, just dump the file over there, and we can just refresh the file with the Power Query, and we hope that Power Query comes in Excel for web, so we don't need to be dependent on the application one. And I can just simply come here, open my mobile phone, hit it again, send the mail as many times I would like to send it to him. So that's all from my side, and I hope you... There's another one. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I would like to thank Boris, Boriana, Ken, Gasper, Oz, Lela. My journey from here to here, without their support and help, it wouldn't be possible. Thank you so much, and I hope you love my project. And see you next year in Bulgaria.